What's up, dudes? Welcome to Everybody Podcast. Of course, I have with me Chad, Kristen, and Cody. Good time. How are you guys doing?
I'm fine.
What did you say?
I'm mishing my words together. Like, leave me
It
alone.
sounded like saying good time.
Good day.
Hey, So
I'm
a
good.
couple things I wanted to bring up and talk about. Vinnie Mac, dude.
Again?
Is there more Vinnie Mac
$5
news?
million more were discovered of unrecorded funds.
Dude, if they keep looking, they're gonna find $1 billion.
Probably.
Fucking money.
How? Okay, maybe it's a dumb question. I was gonna say, how do they keep finding unrecorded funds?
I
If
don't
it
know
wasn't
how
recorded.
business works.
Well, how do they find it if it's unrecorded?
I'm going to
That's
give
what I
a bunch
said.
of opinions right now, but please know I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That goes for all of us.
You're bad at current
Yeah,
events.
that does go for
You
all
need
of us.
facts.
Yeah, you need more information,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh, what's up, Cody? I'm just kidding. Go on.
Vince McMahon likes prostitutes.
That's
$5 million prostitutes?
I mean,
Well, that's over the course of,
maybe
like-
he's like a whore, and he just every city they went to, he was like bang,
I
bang,
mean, if
bang.
that's
I
how
mean,
much prostitutes
yeah,
get paid.
You gotta think about it, man. Like
20 prostitutes.
he came in. When did he
In the
take
morning.
over the WWE?
when he was
Like in the
fucking-
80s?
Yeah, dude.
He's been buying prostitutes since the 80s. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it'll add up to $5 million.
And
But
then
what's the
there's
problem, though? I don't understand. I suppose, yeah, prostitutes are illegal. That's a problem. But at the same time, if all he's doing is buying prostitutes, I personally don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If
but
it
it was with company money. That's
Okay.
that's why it's like
Was it?
being investigated and
That's
stuff.
bad.
I was gonna say
He took money from the company, didn't tell anybody, and it was unrecorded, and he spent it on
drugs.
Yeah.
drugs, maybe going to women and being
That's
like,
a good, 40
"Hey,
years,
I'll
dog.
give you $50,000 if you sleep," like something like that. I don't know.
That's a lot of money.
I know. Wouldn't see like that's why
I'd probably sleep
I
with
hate
him for
billion.
like 20
I was gonna say,
Dude, he had a good 40 years. Like, it took that long. Like,
but like it's funny that like all this happened, and then he's like 77. I guess it's time to retire. You're not retiring because you're
Okay, so
old,
that means
dude.
that's when he started then, right?
You're right.
70. Oh, he's 77 years
Now,
old.
yeah.
Okay.
I was like, you're not retiring because you're old, man.
You're retiring
You're
'cause-
retiring because they're literally investigating you now. Like, it was the day after all this stuff came out that he announced his retirement.
And he tried to play it off like it was just like because he wanted to retire.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
He even
Thanks,
posted
guys.
on
Peace
Twitter.
out.
Like posted on Twitter. or
Then,
something like-
now, forever.
yeah.
The slogan for the WWE and shit.
That's pretty hilarious, though.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
it's been good.
Good timing. For
Are you
me.
gonna-
I'm gonna cancel myself before everybody cancels me.
Are you going to mention a real current event?
That
Yeah.
is a real current
North
event.
Dakota, it is a real current event,
not
so
the one I
fuck
want.
you.
It's not the one I want, though.
North,
Well, you can bring it up.
I will. Okay,
a
go on.
place in North Dakota, a school, Fargo High School or something, voted to take out their Pledge of Allegiance.
Good.
Wanted to get you guys' opinions on that.
I'm down.
I'm
with
down.
I
That.
read
with that.
some of the comments
I
to
don't
the
think-
article,
It's very
and
cult-like.
It is very. It's very North Korea like. No other country has a Pledge of Allegiance besides North Korea and us. That's dumb. I think it's.
I
dumb.
got yelled at.
I
as a
also.
child for not
I
doing
also
it.
think national anthems are silly too.
I used to sit down during the Pledge of Allegiance, and then these guys' fucking aunt went to my fucking grandmother and
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
I didn't know you guys were Jehovah's Witnesses.
What?
what
Yeah.
the fuck?
The
Wow.
fuck?
I
Your
just didn't
family's
stand up.
weird.
I was like, oh, what? Do I really have to do this? Like, what's going to happen if I just don't do it?
Yeah. So you.
Isn't
So I
it
didn't
weird
do
how
it.
you got in trouble for not
Yeah.
doing
I
it?
didn't. No, I didn't get in
I
trouble.
did, dude.
My dad, like, the school didn't get me in trouble anyway. My dad kind of lectured me about how people died, so I had the right to fucking say
Do
the
what
Pledge of
you want.
Allegiance. I was kind of just like, okay, but then I don't think I ever did it again.
See,
I was just like, I don't understand the point.
let's see, I want to say it was my sophomore year. I was in creative writing class. It was with Mrs. Ward. You remember her? And I didn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I was the only one who didn't stand because I was just like, I'm not feeling it today. And I got sent to the office, and it was when Chad Schroeder was what was he, assistant principal or disciplinary or whatever the fuck he was.
That was the year he decided he hated me.
Really?
Yeah. That guy fucking hated me. I never had him for a teacher.
So I went into his office. He wasn't there yet. Abreu told me to sit in there until he gets there. She didn't even know I was in there either, which is weird that she didn't ask me. But as soon as Schroeder got in the room, he sat down. Mr. Walker, how you doing? I was like, I'm pretty good. He's like, what are you in here for today? And I was like, I didn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. He goes, that's it? And I was like, yeah. He's like, go back to class. He didn't give a shit.
See, I feel like he would have given me detention for that.
Really?
Yeah, the dude did not like me.
Don't you love America?
So a teacher caught me and Jerry Martin skipping.
Okay.
And he called me. He called both of us in when he had that little fucking cubby in the lunchroom.
Oh yeah.
That he would discipline people. That's when he'd call people to let them know why they're being disciplined
at lunch.
Like yeah, and he called me and Jerry both over there, but Jerry wasn't there right away. I just went right over there, and he said that he was like, this teacher caught you skipping, and I was like, we weren't skipping. He's like, you and Jerry, and I was like, we weren't skipping. We were on our way to class, and he was like, don't lie to me. I don't like it when people lie to me. And I was like, I'm not lying to you. We were on our way to class. We were just outside. And he goes, I really don't like liars. And then Jerry comes in. And he goes, Jerry, I caught this teacher caught you guys skipping. What do you guys say about that? And Jerry goes, we weren't skipping. We were on our way to class. And he looks at me and he goes, you see, I trust this guy. He'd never lie to me. All right, get out of here. Then he just told us to get out of here. And I was like, well, both of us were fucking lying, to be honest. We were skipping class. But it's like, why? Why did dude. Well, he said the exact same fucking thing that I did.
Discrimination towards Cody.
He did not like that was when I realized, this guy just does not like.
You should have looked at him and been like, I'm oppressed, you motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what you should have been.
No,
but yeah, what? Let's continue with opinions about the pledge.
I feel like we're all in the same boat.
Yeah, it's a cult-like activity.
I think it's weird to. I don't know. I just think it's.
I mean, back when I was in school, especially high school, we were all about burning the flag and shit like that. Kind of just. It was never I didn't have any strong feelings about patriotism at the time. Yeah, it just felt like everybody told us we should respect the flag. So as kids, we were like, "Fuck the flag.
Yeah,
I'm gonna burn it."
Yeah. Yep. We that's how I feel with any teenager. That's when I see kids getting involved in politics, I just want to be like, sit down and shut up. There's a reason you bastards can't vote. Yeah, I was a dumb teenager before, and I did not make good decisions. And even if you're the preppiest, the prep prude piece of shit, you'll probably still do some bad shit and make dumb decisions where you're a teen.
Preach.
I wouldn't want. They're all dumb. They all shouldn't have a political opinion because they're stupid. Young people are stupid.
Whoa. Whoa. Because right before we started recording, you were going to diss me for saying that one kid shouldn't have an opinion. You're about to lecture me. Because you're like, oh, so because he's younger doesn't mean you can have an opinion?
Don't you know by now that all I do is bust your balls?
Yeah, but he seemed pretty serious when he said that. But
Did you cry?
Inside, yeah, and I might tonight when I go home. So.
Yeah, I'll say what I said when you brought that up. 16-year-olds shouldn't be allowed to have opinions.
Yeah.
Goddamn social media has made them all think that they know what they're fucking talking about.
Yes.
I mean, that's made everybody think they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but I'll still listen. I still have no problem hearing out somebody who's had life experiences.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Once you get into real world and deal with real world things, then come talk to me.
Yeah, it's a completely different life.
The older I get, the more I understand what respect your elders meant.
Yeah. Right? I think about that shit all the time. But I'm also the kind of guy that's like, respect is earned, not given. You may be older than me, but if you're an asshole, I'm going to disrespect the fuck out of you.
You know what? Yeah, how I look at it? Respect is given, but easily taken away.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I look. I try to be respectful to everybody all the time until they give me a reason to not be.
Yeah, absolutely. There is certain things. There is a right and a wrong.
But it's just each far side. It's just any little thing that they can twist to make the other look fucking awful. It's just all they look for in life. And then each side love stickers on their cars to piss the other side
Yeah.
off, like Trump stickers for Republicans, and then like
The
other side gets more creative.
The
honestly.
Biden's I did that pointed at
yeah.
on gas pumps.
Those used to make me laugh.
Those were
I thought they were really
funny.
funny.
There were some people made in Bradford
That's
a
people
unicorn
just being trolls with
That's
each other.
That's capitalism
with
right there.
Putin and
Ooh.
Biden on a horse, and this I did, and it was on gas pumps.
They made
Wait, say that
stickers,
again?
and they fucking whoever made. I bet you Trump made those stickers, and he made more money from it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did.
It was a horse with like Putin and Biden on it, and it said I did that after like all the shit went down. There were some of those like at Dandy.
I should say big oil companies did that.
No, it should say that the pandemic did that.
Yeah.
It was shutting down the economy that's caused the rise in gas prices. You
Yeah.
keep fucking blaming Putin. It's like the gas prices were up to $4 a fucking gallon before
I think,
Putin bombed the Ukraine.
I think rich oil people are. I think not just the oil people, but like rich people, corporations are using inflation as a reason for them to bump up their prices.
Price gouging.
Yeah.
Of course, they're all
pretty
doing
much.
That. We know
that's
that
what
too.
I think it is.
It's
like
there,
they would
but
be
inflation
perfectly fine if it went down to $2.50.
But the inflation
fine.
already happened is the problem.
Yeah.
Like the inflation still exists. It's not just rich people raising the fucking prices. The
That's what I
money's
said.
already in the economy.
They're stupid.
And the supply, like you
What
said,
was that?
pandemic was a big deal.
Eight people.
Well, yeah,
own-
that's how inflation works. When you fucking just print a shit ton of money and hand it out to people, that's what causes inflation.
And
then you take all of their jobs away, which lowers the product. The whole inflation is more money put into an economy that has or it's either one or the other. More money put into the economy or less goods, like more goods taken out of the economy, having less goods in the economy. We had both happen. They pumped a bunch of money into the economy, and then they shut down a bunch of jobs, so there was a whole bunch less goods in the economy. That's what caused the inflation.
Money's fake.
America.
And then after the pandemic, like supply and demand is a very, very big thing. So I mean, when you go from nobody driving anywhere to not using gas to now everybody driving everywhere and using gas a shitload, like there's a lot of demand right now because everybody was sitting home for the past 2.5 years or whatever.
I still think big oil companies are pieces of shit.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, they're pieces of shit. Absolutely.
Okay, but staying in politics, kind of. So we all heard about Trump getting raided for the documents that he kept.
I did hear about it, but I didn't look into it because I just don't care anymore.
So there's this side story to that that's funny though.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this guy in Trump's honor goes to try to like break into like the feds, whatever.
Yeah, he went to the Capitol.
And, yeah, did he?
Is this? Hold on, let me finish.
This is-
Finish your story.
Well, anyways, he died. Like he got shot.
The one who was in the cornfield.
Sure.
They found him in the cornfield afterwards.
Okay,
and
yeah,
shot
but
him.
he did it like in Trump's honor, and then he like died, and that's just so funny to
Well,
me.
there was.
You're talking about the guy that killed himself.
That was the guy who went to the FBI place, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about him.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the guy who went to the
FBI,
Capitol.
I'm at FBI.
He went to the Capitol at like fucking 4 a.m. in the morning, and he had guns on him, and like he did kill himself. It's the same guy I'm talking about. But like he was like he went to the Capitol, got out of his car, started shooting his guns in the air and shit. And then police showed up, and when the police got there, he just kind of walked in the middle of the lawn and was like, pop.
Oh, word. Is that recent?
Yeah, it just happened.
Oh, then that's probably what I'm talking about.
Fuck.
Well, no, because there was the one
Okay.
at the FBI place in Ohio.
Okay,
where
yeah,
the guy
in
showed up and he
Ohio.
tried to shoot through like bulletproof
Yeah.
fucking glass.
I'm like, I don't know all the vivid details.
But he
yeah,
he ran
that
to.
probably never crossed his mind that the glass would be bulletproof.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
he
I'm
I'm just
ran.
gonna show up with a gun and just shoot through their windows.
Yeah.
He ran to like a cornfield or whatever, and he had like a fucking shootout with the cops.
Yeah.
and they got him.
And that's just so funny to me.
Yeah, it
They're
was
so fucking dumb.
It's
And all the Republicans are like, he's not part of us. That wasn't for that wasn't for us.
There's always like, as much as
funny.
I hate like government, I mean, there's bad apples in everything, right?
Yeah.
And, like, when it comes to people picking their parties, there's always going to be a bad apple. I hate Republicans. Some of them...
I hate Democrats, too.
Yeah,
all far,
for sure.
Far, any side
saying,
are
like,
ridiculous.
Oh, well, I hate extremists to begin with.
Yeah,
Anybody who's
like,
too extreme... Don't worship a president like a god or whatever. And don't, like...
Yo, how cringy were those videos when they wanted Trump? You see those TikTok videos of some Christian song playing?
Oh my fucking
and they're like,
God,
have their
dude.
eyes
so
closed,
weird.
and
That's
they're
so
like,
weird.
Trump, come save us. Like,
Dude.
it's so fucking weird.
It was so bad.
Like, that's crazy.
You remember that
man.
blonde girl who, like, I forget what it was about, but she kept, like, acting like she was gonna die for this. You remember? And it was, like, about Trump and America, and she was just like, God's like, you did the right thing, and her face is all beat up because she did the makeup, and it was like, dude.
I remember seeing the video of the girl crying after Biden won. She was crying in her truck,
Yeah.
live on TikTok. Just
See-
like, Trump, please help us. We need you, please, God, Jesus,
But,
Trump.
like, both
That's
sides.
that's just as bad as like when Trump won and the liberals were
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
the same
absolutely.
thing.
They're like,
real.
Absolutely.
When you see the pictures and videos of the one person was like down on her knees. No!
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
The-
dude.
Top of her lungs, dude.
Calm down, man.
Like,
And the same
Just
shit
the
happened
president.
like just recently with Roe v. Wade. Like,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
on Reddit. Like, if you follow certain Reddits, they'll just post people like just women doing that shit, like just freaking out and like screaming and crying on fucking Twitter because Roe v. Wade got overturned.
I mean, I
That's
get
a
it.
big deal, though.
I mean, that's
get
a
it,
huge,
but
like,
I don't know.
I mean,
That's just not
different.
me. It's not.
I
me
would
That's
do-
very different. Like,
Yeah.
we're getting rights taken away.
See,
Well,
I'm
that's what I'm
not-
saying.
that
Like,
affect,
I
like,
get,
our
I
actual-
get
You,
it, but
you didn't get rights taken away,
There's-
though.
But
They
it's
just got
like getting
taken out
there.
of the hands of the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't one to be over dramatic. I'm just saying, though, that's like more of a bigger deal, I feel. Kinda.
I
But
disagree.
this
and it's
is-
got a lot to do with what's written on Chad's hat there.
It's the extremist part. You can fight for things, but you don't have to like.
Oh, no, I agree. Like, I would never overreact over something like
Yeah,
that.
like I'll go out and stand at a protest
Yeah.
and hold a sign, but I'm not about to like join in the fucking
Yeah. Like, shoot myself over it.
yeah, like that shooting their guns in the air because you don't agree with what somebody did, or standing on the sidewalk and screaming your fucking voice out and shit. Give me that sign, I'll hold it up and protest with you, but I'm not gonna. I don't know, man.
I know what you're saying. It's exhausting.
I try to be so neutral about everything that I
do.
can't. I
I'd rather
just
be
don't
just
want to.
open-minded about everything.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do, and like I like certain things. Yeah, I don't care about, but there definitely is certain things I would go out, hold a sign, but I'm not going to chant
Like,
with you.
The only
Recently,
sign that I
the-
would hold is a sign that says what's written on your hat right now.
Yeah, for sure, right?
Like, that's the only thing. Like, when you said you don't like extremists, my first thought was, I love extremists that want the Fed gone.
Yeah, punks.
I
dude.
like that.
I like
Yeah.
punks.
Like, anarchists and shit like that. Like, yeah, like, that's what I believe in. That's how I feel politically. The more I do, like, research into the government and the things that they do, the more I'm like, you don't
Yeah,
need
dude.
control.
Yeah,
You
right.
don't need my
Yes.
money. You don't
Yes.
I watch the decisions that you make with my money, and I think I can do a better fucking job. So,
Yeah, dude,
I don't think you should exist.
I say that all the time to like Brad and Jerry about how can a normal citizen find a solution to a certain problem better than a house full of fucking people, like Congress or the Senate or whatever. The House.
I don't like how.
I may not see their like. I can see what they're doing with my money. All of us can see what they're doing with our money.
We can see how openly corrupt everybody is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like, we know with social media and stuff. It's like we know so much.
Everything was so
and like they're
closeted
not even
before.
trying to hide it
Yeah,
anymore.
they
They're
can't.
just doing it and going, listen, people in poverty, fuck you. You can remain poor and we're gonna remain rich.
This topic is so negative.
hey,
I
you're the one who
I
brought it
know.
up.
No, I brought up the
Yeah,
FBI
I know,
dude
but
killing
you
this
had
fella.
to know that it was gonna lead into.
what I
thought
what I
what I said was
really
funny.
hate is I don't like I wish we the people could vote on everything instead of voting for people that get to vote.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that, but I think it should be done on a smaller scale. I really don't believe in the federal government anymore. I really don't. I think we should. I mean, the whole point of the federal government, like at least some of the good things that they did was like the interstate roadways and shit like that. But at this point, we've got that. The states can take care of them.
States could take care of them.
States would have no problem taking care of them. Like it should go down to the state. I wouldn't even be upset if it went down to the fucking county.
Yeah,
that wouldn't bother me at all. We get to make our own fucking rules. There's zero laws federally. There's no, especially like step number 1, get rid of all the fucking 3-letter institutions. Fucking FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the FCC,
the DEA,
the DEA.
That's
the first one I'd get the fuck out of here.
Fuck that shit. Fuck the DEA.
All of those, we don't need them. They've only done evil. Well, I shouldn't say only. They have done good things, but the evil that they've done outweighs the good. We don't need them anymore.
Yeah,
because they all have like a bigger agenda than. Like the whole world is just like we're just numbers.
Okay,
like,
if
we don't matter.
If the only thing that we should have a federal government for is possibly like foreign affairs.
Foreign affairs.
But you don't need my money for that.
But the problem is our foreign affairs has turned into bombing foreigners.
Yeah. Like
it's almost like they fucked that up too. Like so what's like get rid like that's the decisions that bothers me the most. Like that's the one that pisses me off the most. I will go if there's any presidential candidate that comes up and says, I'm going to stop, like that admits all the fucking war crimes we've committed, all the atrocities the past presidents have committed, and just says, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop the war in Yemen. I'm going to stop our participation in all of these bullshit wars. I'll be like, I'm voting for that guy.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that I care about most.
Wasn't it that leading into the movie we watched, which is, we'll get to that, but Jimmy Carter. Was it Jimmy Carter? He gave that speech about pulling out of Vietnam and shit, and how it wasn't our war, and that kind of shit, man. He was straight up telling truth. He was speaking truth.
It sucks because I still feel bad for the people that are going through the war.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't want our people to die, but like I don't want their people to die either.
Yeah, but all we're doing is killing their people because we're so disconnected from the war. All we do like our parts in the war are just drone strikes that end up just killing mostly innocent people anyway.
Yeah,
they'll kill
so
like 300 people and be like, yeah, we got our 3 targets that we were looking for. And so, like, and then we also got all their kids and their brothers and sisters and their babies. Like, we just killed everybody that was in that building.
Nobody ever thinks about that though.
I do all the time.
Because they don't fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
They don't fucking. They won't talk about it on fucking CNN or
All they
Fox.
do is they gotta glorify America, dude.
Well, yeah,
awful.
I know
look
it,
like
dude.
we gotta be the good guys.
I know it, dude.
So the weather has been like really good. Not humid.
Well, let's talk about what movie we watched this week. Let's get to that.
All right. So this week we watched a movie called Gonzo: The Life and Work of Hunter S. Thompson. It is a 2008 documentary directed by Alex Gibney. It details Hunter S. Thompson's landmark writings on music and politics. Friends and family provide interviews to help describe the mythos of Hunter and his life. It got an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
I was expecting it to be pretty high because I thought this was a fantastic documentary.
Yeah, dude.
Was good.
I liked it, especially going into the documentary and like knowing who Hunter S. Thompson was a little bit. It made me even more interested in the documentary because.
What did you know about Hunter S. Thompson going in? Well, let's go around the table. What did all of us know about Hunter S. Thompson going in?
Okay, I knew that he wrote books. That's literally the only thing that I knew him for, were books. And then, watching the documentary, you find out he wrote for Rolling Stone.
Sports Illustrated.
And
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was supposed to be in Sports Illustrated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they said that in the documentary. He was supposed to be writing a article about the Mint 400, which is a motorcycle race.
Yeah.
Remember, they do it in the movie, but he just does drugs and tries to find the American dream instead. And when he turned it in, they were like, this has nothing to do with the race.
I love all the old footage that they show. I love all that stuff. You get a really good look at,
Well, let's keep going around. What did you know about him going in, Brad?
I knew that he was an author. I knew that he was responsible for Fear and Loathing.
Okay.
And I knew that what Johnny Depp looked like in the movie was what Hunter S. Thompson looked like.
Spot on.
So that's
almost exactly.
That's what I knew.
Wasn't that even his jacket that he wore in the movie?
I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
I think Johnny Depp said something about that.
I
maybe.
feel like he did too, but I could be wrong. But they did a very good job replicating it if it is a different jacket.
Did you? Yeah,
I knew about the Hells Angels thing because you talked about it on maybe a top 3.
Okay.
You've mentioned him about that story about how they had that guy, like when he's on the talk show.
Yeah,
you talked about that.
I probably sent you guys the video because they edited that to make it make Hunter look a lot better. I don't know if you guys noticed or not.
No, I never saw.
They played small clips of it on. Are you talking about on the documentary?
When the motorcyclist rides in on the fucking motorcycle?
Yeah.
And starts talking about his the guy beating his wife, Junkie George beating his wife. Yeah, they edited that to make Hunter S. Thompson look a lot better. Do you guys remember the clip that I sent you?
I remember watching it
because I watched that closely on the fucking documentary, and he does in that clip he says something like that guy's complete within his right to beat his wife. That's what does he? I can't remember exactly what he says. Something about the biker was like, sometimes you gotta beat your wife to put her in line. Yeah. You know that. And Hunter S. Thompson's like, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
But
they cut that part out of the fucking documentary.
In the clip, it was so weird and disgusting. Every time that guy talked about, beating women or your wife or something, everyone would just laugh. It was normal.
Yeah.
It's so
well. That was
so
that
odd.
was in the 1970s.
I know.
60s.
I know, but it's just crazy.
I know too.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
There was guys with their wives in the audience, and it's just they're leaning over, oh yeah, isn't that right, honey?
I'll slap the shit out of you.
Fucking hit you. It's just so weird.
See, I do that to you. I do that
to you. He understands. Yeah, me too. It's.
Yeah, and that's something that I feel like they cut out of the movie a lot because it was weird. I thought it was really weird at the beginning when they interviewed his 3 wives, and they all talked about the first thing they talked about was how cruel and mean he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then they didn't bring it up ever again in the rest of the documentary. And it's so. Why did you even put it in the first place?
Yeah, right.
And now I just want to hear, was he really that, was he a piece of shit?
Yeah.
Was he just a total piece of shit? Because it kind of seems like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was totally surprised that he ran for sheriff.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, I knew that.
Cool.
I
didn't know that.
I wrote down, let me, do you remember what his platform was?
Wasn't it?
I think it's fucking hilarious.
Wasn't it the marijuana thing?
Here, I'm going to read it. His platform, when he was running for the sheriff of Aspen, was his first order was to rip up all city streets with jackhammers and sod the streets at once. All public movement would be by foot in a fleet of bicycles maintained by the city police force. His second, number 2, change the name Aspen by public referendum to Fat City. This would prevent greedheads, land rapers, and other human jackals from capitalizing on the name Aspen. These swine should be fucked, broken, and driven across the land.
I remember that.
Damn.
Number 3, drug sales must be controlled. My first act as sheriff will be to install on the courthouse lawn a bastinado platform and a set of stocks in order to punish dishonest dope dealers in a proper public fashion. Each year, these dealers cheat millions of people out of millions of dollars. It will be the general philosophy of the sheriff's office that no drug worth taking should be sold for money. The sheriff, and this is number 4, the sheriff and his deputies should never be armed in public. Every urban riot, shootout, and bloodbath involving guns in recent memory has been set off by some trigger-happy cop in a fear frenzy. It will be the policy of the sheriff's office to savagely to harass all those engaged in any form of land rape.
Wow.
So
That's
he
awesome.
has the greatest platform in
I
the
would have
world.
voted for
So
him.
does
He shaved his head so he could call his opponent a long-haired hippie.
yeah.
That is so goddamn funny.
That was funny.
It is so goddamn funny.
Then didn't his opponent say something like he's just gonna He's just gonna bring in these what they call hippies.
Yeah.
Too many hippies
And
into
then
our
they
city.
Then they just showed like a montage of videos of old people staring at hippies disgusting. It was so funny. Just old people like,
So, does the sheriff really have that much power?
no.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I was gonna say, I don't know exactly what a sheriff's job entitles, but that seems like you're asking a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think a sheriff can do any of those things.
Yeah.
So, he kind of had no idea what exactly he was running for. I mean, he
I
knew
mean, no,
he was
he
running
knew what
for
he was
I
sheriff.
think he wanted to get involved, man.
I think he was just promoting himself, honestly. I think it was all just a promotion, and then he gave that whole speech about how I've started a movement.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah.
He was just making a bigger name for himself. Like, I'm going to do this crazy thing, you know? And I'm going to say all this wacky stuff that's never going to get me fucking elected.
Sounds like Trump, but it actually worked.
Yeah, it worked for Trump.
I'm gonna say all this crazy stuff, and I won. Holy shit!
Aspen would be a better place if they just elected him, though.
Yeah. That would be the spot to go. I'd move there.
Did you guys?
You know what? Didn't you just say something about he wanted to take away the guns from
police officers?
But yet he really loved guns
He
himself.
had like 22 or something.
I think
That's why
I don't
he
think he liked the police.
Yeah.
He was very liberal, but he did love guns.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to take guns away from the people. He kind of went on that whole talk about his dislike of guns too, even though he was obsessed with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Shooting a gun every chance he could get.
Like, he was a whacked out dude, but he had a lot of good.
His writing is amazing. If
Yeah,
you guys have never read any of his books, his writing is amazing. Did you guys
Just hearing Johnny Depp read the shit was like
Very
He really
descriptive.
knows how to write.
Yeah, he was really good at it.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. Did you guys write down any of the quotes? Any
No,
of
there
his
was one
writing?
in the beginning. I was telling myself I'm gonna remember, but then I forgot.
One of the first things that was said.
Something about truth being the. Oh man.
Did you write one down?
I don't have any.
I didn't write
I
anything
wrote
down.
one down.
Okay.
I'm going to read the one that I wrote. The Edge. There is no honest way to explain it because the only people who know where it is are the ones who have gone over. The others, the living, are those who pushed their control as far as they felt they could handle it and then pulled back or slowed down. The Edge is still out there.
Oh, yeah. That was a good moment.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that part.
absolutely love that quote. I love all of his writing. I think he's a really great writer. I feel very differently about him as a person now than I did when I was in high school. But I still can't deny, Hell's Angels is a fantastic book.
See, I should
I
check
would
that
read
one
that.
out. The whole time I was watching that part in the movie, I was like, I'm going to get that book.
It's a great book. And so, Fear and Loathing is a really great book, too. And the Rum Diary, I read the Rum Diary in 2 days. I read that book so fast. It's so interesting. Well, it's not even interesting. It's just a fun read because it's very much not a lot going on, the other books, he kind of has a point that he's trying to make. In the Rum Diary, it's just at one point, I think it was when Nixon got elected or somebody he didn't like got elected for president.
He hated that guy.
Yeah, but somebody that he didn't like got elected for president, and he just moved to Puerto Rico and just lived in Puerto Rico writing for a magazine for a while, and then just wrote about his time there, like a girl that he met when he was down there, and just some of the shit that he had to do for some of the articles he had to write and shit. It's really good book.
How long ago was the Rum Diary? When did he write that one?
That was one of the first ones that he wrote.
That was a movie too.
So-
Johnny Depp.
How old do you think it is?
I think he wrote it in 59 or something like that.
Okay.
But he never published it.
So
it
he
never got published.
He was
until
still
the
pretty
90s.
young then, right? Probably.
Yeah, it's when he was
20s.
in his 20s. But I think after I don't think he published it until the 90s. It was just a book. It was one of the first books that he ever wrote, and then he just sat on it. I think they turned it down. I don't think anybody wanted it because it wasn't about anything.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a collection of things that happened. There's no happy ending or anything. There's no beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah,
It's just kind of I went to Puerto Rico for a while. These are the things I did, and then I left. And that's kind of the book. But
Yeah.
it's a fun read.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember. I'm gonna go back and watch the beginning of it and then text the quote.
And then we're gonna be like, yeah, that was
yeah.
good.
I did find a quote by Hunter S. Thompson. It wasn't in the movie, but I like it. I have a theory that the truth is never told during the 9 to 5 hours.
Wow.
That's not the one that you thought it was?
No. Because I think Hunter S. Thompson was quoting somebody else. Like he said, like so-and-so said, blah, 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 something truth. I have to go. It's like, it's right in the beginning.
All his quotes are pretty deep, dude.
Yeah. It's
They're all
his
pretty
writing.
deep.
It's his writing. It's great. He's good with words. He knows how to put them.
Well, did you catch how he learned how to start? How he taught himself how to write?
He rewrote that thing about
The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
He just typed The Great Gatsby over and over again, and that's like how he taught himself how to write well, because he thought that was just the greatest book ever.
After watching it, it makes me want to write stuff, but
I know,
I don't know
right?
I just don't know what
Like,
to
I
write
feel
about.
like
He'd be like
writing. He makes
Hail
writing
Satan.
books look easy.
Grab one of his books and then just write that over and over
Yeah.
again.
There you go.
And then I'll get my own. I could start writing about
That'll
my
be
life.
your inspiration.
What'd you think about all of the art?
Amazing.
Dude, I love the art.
Dude.
I
I
love
think
Ralph
it's great.
Steadman.
My
I
favorite
would.
one is the
Fantastic.
one that has like all the nails sticking in
Yeah.
something or whatever. That one's fucking badass.
I really
Love
like
it.
I like the one of him holding the briefcase and he's kind of like tiptoeing. I like that one a lot. I
I
got
get-
one of his tattoos on my fucking leg right here.
Yeah.
I've always liked Ralph Steadman's artwork. I think he's fucking amazing. I think it's hilarious that he turned that way after Hunter S. Thompson introduced him to drugs.
The cocaine. Wasn't the cocaine the first thing? Or was it something else?
No, it was peyote, wasn't it? Or mescaline?
They definitely talked about cocaine a lot.
Yeah.
You know that.
There
Because
was,
there was a lot
and
of...
what was the other thing that the one, was it a senator or something?
Ibogaine.
Ibogaine,
It's musky.
Yeah, dude.
The
As soon as-
funniest, the dude, Hunter S. Thompson's so funny. He's such a fucking funny guy. He's
Dude.
like, you said that he was using Ibogaine. No, I said that there was a rumor that he was using Ibogaine. And there was a rumor that he was using Ibogaine. I started that rumor. It's so goddamn funny.
And what did he say it was? It was a form of speed, right?
Yeah. I think that's what it is. But it's used medically a lot.
Chad, you seem really interested.
Yeah, Chad's like, I want to get this. But this is like one of those things from like the 70s that they probably
Be
don't
really
even
hard
make
to get,
anymore.
dude.
Like
Yeah, I was
Quaaludes
gonna
or
say.
Get on the black market, you probably find it.
Even in the movie, they were saying that he fucking had to go to Brazil to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Brazil.
I'm not going to waste my time doing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't want drugs that bad. I'll just take whatever's around here.
facts.
That's what's up.
Good
So, you guys
movie.
want to rate the movie?
Yeah.
What do you guys want to give it?
Yo, 5 out of 5 because I really like documentaries in the first place, and now this documentary was about somebody I actually like, and got to learned a bunch of things that I didn't know. Like, I really thought him running for sheriff was fucking wild. I didn't know he wrote for political figures and shit. And all the people that were in the documentary that talked about him, like Jimmy Buffett, fucking Jimmy Carter.
McGovern.
Yeah, dude, like all those. I was like, holy shit, these people are in this documentary. Wow, do you guys knew
He
Hunter?
was a
S.
little
Thompson?
more known than you thought he
Wow.
was.
Yeah,
He was big
like
in the 60s.
he was
and
like
70s.
like it said in the documentary. He was like a rock star.
Him
but
and,
he
him and
was
George
he was a
Carlin would
writer.
have made some good friends.
They fucking. It sounds like he really like swayed that Democratic primaries that year in '72.
Yeah,
it sounded
right?
like he had like a really big hand in basically bringing down Muskie.
That's definitely what they made it seem like.
Yeah, at least in this documentary.
Yeah.
Obviously, we weren't alive then, so
Yeah,
I give it a 5 out of 5 because I love docs. It was a good one because there are bad ones,
you think you'll ever?
and Johnny Depp's in it.
You think you'll ever check out any of his books or movies?
I don't read, but I will check out a movie for sure.
okay.
Fear and Loathing is
Have
definitely
you ever
one
seen
need
Fear and
to-
Loathing?
No,
You got to be prepared. Like now that you know, at least like I feel like you're gonna be better prepared now because if you didn't know anything about it and watched it, you'd just be like, "What the fuck is going
Yeah.
on?"
Okay.
You
Get
would.
high,
Yeah,
dude. Like get high.
it's just a trip.
no problem.
Like it's just like there's nothing going on really. Like it's hard to follow, but it's still a
is
fun
Johnny Depp
movie.
in that?
Yeah, they showed clips of it in the movie.
He plays Hunter S. Thompson.
All right, sick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to
And
watch
then
it.
what the hell is his name? That El Toro
Benicio
guy.
del Toro.
Yeah, he plays
Dr.
Dr.
Gonzo.
Gonzo.
What is that?
But they aren't Hunter S. Thompson, and it's Dr. Gonzo and Raoul Duke.
Yep.
Because they're kind of like made up characters. They just are like based
Like-
on
On
real
them.
themselves.
Yeah. No, I like Hunter S. Thompson. They were
It's
talking
just-
about how
It's two guys.
he didn't know if he could be himself or if he had to be this character.
It's two guys with a suitcase full of drugs, and they try to find the American dream.
Bet.
But they're supposed to be writing a
but they're
story about the
about
mid
a mo-
400
about a
Oh.
motorcycle
Yeah.
race.
I mean,
Oh,
they go to the race in the movie, but
for like
Every-
5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll watch
And then he
that.
fires his photographer and goes and does drugs in Las Vegas.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
definitely 5 out of 5 for me too.
Also, I'm pretty sure the Mint 400 isn't in Las Vegas. I'm only going to give it a 3.5 out of 5.
What a stupid bit. No, okay. Well,
Because of what I said earlier about him, all of them saying how cruel he was. I feel like they glorified him a lot. And I kind of wanted to
Yeah.
hear some of the dark stuff. I want to hear some of the bad stuff.
yeah,
you
he
know?
seemed
Yeah, right.
fantastic
You-
until the end.
See, I like when people bring different stuff up because it's like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Like,
and
it's-
So
they-
now I
like,
want to
you
go
know-
with like 4 out of 5.
and they do
Because
a-
I really do love his writing. Like nothing that like ever I would ever find out about him would make me dislike his writing. He's still a great writer,
Yeah.
but I want to know who he really was. I feel like this was
A
all
guy
just
that was on a bunch of drugs definitely did some
but I think he
has
was
to
more
do
than
some
that.
bad stuff.
Like but he was just more than just a guy on a bunch of drugs. He was insanely political. He fucking ran for office. He loved sports.
yeah,
You
football.
know? It's
Football.
hilarious that he fucking just didn't go to see George Foreman versus Muhammad Ali. Just got drunk in a pool because he thought it was going to be a terrible fucking fight. I don't know. I just still feel like there should be more to it. Plus, it got a little bit in the middle there. I know they were talking about like his writing about politics, but it got a little bit too much into the 72 politics. I started to get kind of bored. Where I was like, okay, I get that he was writing about this, but I don't need to know all about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need. You got to cut some of this out to find out what his wife really fucking thought of him. And the same thing with his son. His son looked dead in the eyes.
yes.
Like, his son looked like he did not want to be there talking about his father in this way. And they only showed him, like, 2 little clips, and what he said was not, it wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't great.
Like when he was talking about how he committed suicide, like it was just
Saying,
so.
he said he was like it may be weird, but it was a warm family moment.
And
Yeah,
saying
but
that
he
it
didn't
was
say that
no
with a
shock.
smile on his face.
No,
Yeah.
he
You
didn't.
know,
He
like,
didn't.
he did not look happy. And then, like, the only other thing he said about him was, like, yeah, he was never around. But
Yeah.
that's just who he was, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just the person that he was. Like, it was, I don't know. I feel like there was probably a longer interview with his son where he's just like, I hated that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I was kind
I
of
got
glad
that
when he died.
That's why he said it was a warm family moment.
What
He
was
Yeah,
the
that
he
wife?
was glad, dude.
sure.
Sammy.
Yeah.
I liked her.
Yeah, she seemed like a cool grandma.
Yeah, like she'd be like a cool hippie grandma. I'd be her friend.
She put up with him for way too long, it
Yeah.
seems like.
Yeah, she was so sweet, and then like it shows like the women he was
naked
talking to
women.
and shit, and she's just so chill and nice. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's
poor
titties.
Sandy.
There's titties in this documentary.
See some bush, dude.
Some tiggle bitties, bro.
Saw some bush.
Yeah, that was in there. I'm down with. I like clean shaven.
So
Chad likes his children to look like they haven't hit puberty yet. Or likes his women to look like they haven't hit puberty
You
yet.
don't
I
have
bombed
to
that
say it
one.
like that.
I bombed that one.
Holy shit! Edit it just
Top
the right
three.
way
Do you
to
have more
make
to
him
say?
look like a fucking.
Well, I'm going to
bitch.
do
Ever
the
do
movies.
that.
oh,
We're
yeah,
going to
fuck
play
yeah.
a quick game. I picked 4 movies, and these guys are going to pick which one they want to watch next. This time, since you guys hated 1917 so much, because there wasn't enough action in it, I picked 4 movies that glorify violence.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm down.
But like not glorify war, just violence, right?
Just violence,
Okay.
yeah. Just incredibly violent movies.
if the first movie's Fight Club,
There's not really any movies that glorify war. They're all pretty anti-war.
Yeah.
Most war movies are anti-war.
I don't
But
know. Whatever.
anyway, the first movie I picked was Kick-Ass, which is a comic book movie. The second movie I picked is John Wick, super badass movie starring Keanu Reeves. The third movie Kingsman: The Secret Service, also a comic book movie, but it's kind of like a British James Bond type movie. And the fourth movie I picked is Crank, which is a fucking basically a modern day grindhouse movie.
I think we know what Kristen's picking.
No, you don't shut the fuck up.
I want to change my answer.
No.
Chad's gonna change his answer. Kristen is still writing.
No,
I assumed she was gonna pick Crank. That shouldn't take that long
I'm
to write.
decorating my paper.
It is 5 letters.
All right.
All right, let's go around the table. Kristen, what'd you pick?
Crank.
Yeah, Crank's a dope movie.
It is.
Brad, what did you pick?
Crank.
Hell yeah. Chad?
Fuck you, Chad.
Doesn't matter, but
I picked that Secret Service movie.
That's
you really want to watch that movie, don't you?
I do, because the only reason I picked that one is because
Thanks, dog.
I've already seen Crank like multiple times.
I've seen it a couple
and
times,
I
I
wanna,
love
I've
it.
never heard of this.
I haven't in years.
I've never heard of this Secret Service
See,
movie.
I'll figure out a way to stick it on the next one.
okay.
I watched
I'll just keep it up there until
Missy-
like, it gets picked.
Missy watched the Secret Service thing, and I caught parts of it, and I didn't care. So, and I don't remember seeing Crank. So,
Did you write?
I
It
picked
probably,
that.
was she watching the fucking?
I've seen Kick-Ass, and so I wanted something.
Crank's the one.
Well, now I
that-
want to know which. Are you sure it was the right Kingsman?
Yeah, there's like multiple.
I don't
There's
know.
3 of them.
The first one's
And
real
the
good.
third one that's just called Kingsman is not that good.
Yeah, I heard
She
bad
was
things.
watching one of them.
Was it like was it in the past or was it?
I don't remember, dude.
Then how can you make an opinion on it, you asshole?
Because it sounds stupid.
Anyways,
I mean,
Crank's the winner.
All right, the parts
Crank's the winner.
the parts I think that might have been this movie looked lame.
You're lame.
Facts.
All right,
Crank-
Kristen, what's the top 3? Crank's a badass movie. I think we're all gonna enjoy this
Okay.
one.
Jason Statham, dude.
So top 3 this week is top 3 favorite board games / card games.
So
Guess who forgot? Yeah,
No,
again.
dude, I already have
Okay.
mine. So
I have mine too, but there is one game that I'm sure Cody will know the name of it that I can't remember how to play it, but I remember when we were all playing cards. When we were all playing cards, like every week, we played this game. Then like we just stopped playing cards every week.
It's probably the Jailhouse game that I don't know the name of.
It's not that game. It's the game.
The one that Jordan taught us.
It's not that one. It's the one with the trump cards. Like my card trumps this, so blah blah blah. What the hell is that
yeah,
game?
That's a good game.
Whatever.
It's
that-
my favorite card game. I'll go first since Chad's
The
already
game?
asking this.
Oh, okay. So it is. He knows.
My favorite card game, hands down, Euchre.
Okay.
Oh.
I fucking
100%.
knew it, dude.
Love it.
I
It's
love
the
that
fucking
game,
best
too.
card game.
You told me I don't play it right.
It is pretty.
You don't
fun.
play it right.
So you don't have someone like a partner that you have to kind of like secretly.
You have a partner, but you cannot
You cannot.
communicate.
Yeah,
with
you can't communicate.
but like
at
you
all.
secretly do it.
No.
No.
That's
In
cheating.
school we did.
That's
At
cheating.
school,
then
they
you-
taught you wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that at all.
Or
I
you guys are
remember.
just pussies.
That's just not how you play
No.
the
I'm
game.
kidding.
You cheated is what happened. Like
Yeah.
you and your partner
was good
just
at it,
cheated
dude.
is what happened.
I was good. I was good at it.
Well, if I was playing with you and I caught you, that would be the end of the game for you.
Well, no one got caught. So
So
the
that
other team
you
did it too,
lost.
though. Like it was just a known.
So you just made up your own rules.
I
is
guess.
What you're saying.
Go on. Second.
I said Clue for my second one because I love Clue. I like mysteries. I like trying to solve a mystery. It's fun.
So
It's so good.
when Jerry and I went to Chris and Kira's one time and we played Clue, but it was a different version of Clue.
There's so many
I don't.
now.
Is there?
Yeah.
See,
Same with Monopoly.
I don't even know what one this was, but it was super fucking fun.
Yeah, like
Dude,
they're
we
fun.
played for like 3 hours.
Sick.
Nice.
I don't
I
even
love
know
that
how. I
game.
thought the game was shorter than that.
Oh, like one game took 3 hours?
Yeah. Well, okay, we
Holy
did
fuck.
stop and eat, so maybe it didn't take 3 hours.
Oh.
Plus, if you're just bullshitting while you're playing,
Yeah,
it's gonna
like-
take a while.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
We need to play board games soon. I fucking miss that shit.
I mean,
I wouldn't
you
mind
get-
playing board games.
I love it. I have categories in my car. Let's go.
I used to love Monopoly too.
Yo, Monopoly is
I've
a
never
game that you
finished
can
that.
make last forever.
Yeah, I like Monopoly, but it just takes too fucking
Yeah, I've
long.
never
Monopoly
finished.
ends when somebody flips the fucking board.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember going from like 9 p.m. to like 2 a.m. playing Monopoly with people.
It's so long.
So what's your
But
third?
enough of
Might as well go
it's
with
not
your third.
Monopoly.
Oh, wait.
Texas Hold'em was my third.
Oh, okay.
Just because I wanted to put a gambling game on there.
Yeah,
Because I
right.
do like to gamble. And that's probably my favorite way to gamble. That I don't mind. Yeah, that's pretty much my favorite way to gamble. Better betting on pool games is fun.
So your third was
So I'll go next. Euchre is my first one.
Okay.
That's the one I couldn't think of the name of. And then my second one is Bad People. It's a card game, which I've totally explained to you guys. Like each member or each person playing gets so each person playing
Isn't it just Cards of Humanity, but a different version of it?
kind of, yeah. Each player gets an identity, and like the identities are stupid. Like you could be a literal piece of poop, like a piece of shit. You could be like a left hand. Brad could be a car. Like the identities are stupid.
That is stupid.
But there's what you got to do is like one person will read a card, and then you have to guess who I'm gonna pick. You can't. It's not like It's like you gotta try to read my mind. Like I read a card like this. There's some pretty wild shit in these cards. Like they can get pretty nasty, pretty vile,
Like
which
most
is
of them.
that's what makes it pretty. That's what makes it fun. There's like two sets of cards. You got a bad people deck, and then you got a not suitable for work deck. That deck's the most fun one. But you gotta guess who I'm gonna pick. You can't think. You can't be
But
like,
can't you, like, just
I
change
think
your
it would
mind
be
really
so
quick?
and so. No, you gotta be like, I think Chad would think it is.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
All right.
Weird.
Third.
Then-
That was a lot.
My third one would probably be Monopoly. Like I said, I've had countless nights of every time you hand that to me, it's ready to be ashed, and I get on the fucking table.
I'm all right.
Every
I'm
time-
sorry.
I think that's why I didn't want to put Monopoly on the list, because I never finished a game, and I always enjoyed it first, but by the end it feels like a chore that
Yeah.
I just want to be over.
And like
Facts.
everybody
I have too much of an ego to
everybody,
quit.
yeah, right. Because everybody that I would play with was the same way, and that's the reason we would go for like 4 or 5 hours because everybody's like, "I'm gonna win." No, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let
Yeah,
you
see, I don't
beat
give
me.
a fuck about that. I never.
But then there's
finished a
always
game.
one person that's just like, "Fuck it, I'm selling it all."
Yeah.
Somebody just buy all of my shit.
Yep.
I'm done. And then they're usually the leader to make everyone else go, yeah, I'm done too.
I mean, Texas Hold'em can go that way too.
Word up.
I'm going to say my number...
Let's just hear the first 3 games that come into Brad's head.
Yeah, because he didn't prepare.
I did prepare. After you said them, I said it.
He's been prepared for the last 54 minutes.
Yeah. So my third one, I'm just going to group them all together. Any game that's like Cards Against Humanity with the ridiculous, I'm just grouping them all together.
Okay, that works.
Like any with the ridiculous cards and all that
word.
shit.
apples to
I'm gonna
apples.
say
What do you mean?
That's my number 3, not my number 1. Sorry. But that's my number 3.
It's okay.
My number 2 is Uno.
Uno.
Sick. Okay. Sick.
I've always liked Uno. I played Uno a lot, man.
That was probably one of the main games when we were a kid. Was Uno.
I say it's a
Yeah.
children's game.
Adults play it too.
Next is
Yeah,
Old Maid
stupid
or some
adults.
shit.
Yeah,
Go
but they
figure.
mix the rules up. You know what I'm saying?
Make it a drinking game.
Make it
That's
a
an
drinking
adult,
game.
That's an adult game.
Yep. You can do
Yeah.
that with Uno, man.
Yeah.
You can make anything. A
Yeah,
drinking
dude,
game.
you could. But I've always just had a
Twister.
special place for.
No, I know what you
Uno.
mean. I have Uno on my Xbox, dude. I play against other
Nice,
people.
dude. My number 1 is probably that Spanish game that Jordan taught us.
whatever.
I wish I could remember the name of it.
I don't even remember how to play it anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I wish I could
but
remember.
I had so much fun. It was like a phase 10 type deal where you had to get like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody kept telling me
then,
that. I don't know what phase 10 is.
I've never played phase 10 either.
Oh,
That's
like,
how every time
so
somebody
like-
wanted to explain, they're like, "It's like phase 10." I'm like, "Okay, now
Okay,
explain
so like-
phase 10 to me, so you can explain this game to me."
10 phases. The first phase you got to get like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the next phase.
Oh,
is
it's all
like,
starting to come back to me now.
They all got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that game, I don't know. I just remember having a lot of fun with that shit.
No, I really
It was
enjoyed
a
that
sweet
game. I
game.
just can't remember what it was. I really like that jailhouse game we used to play too. I don't know. I can't remember what Kyle called it, but it was a fun game.
I did it again.
Just ash it before you give it to me.
All right, dude.
You fucking guy.
Do you remember how to play that game?
I don't, dude. I don't.
It's like
One of my favorite game is a game I don't remember how to play. Sucks.
I mean,
I remember how to play euchre. We should play a couple rounds of euchre before you guys leave today.
where's that lighter?
It's down here.
I have a lighter in my pocket.
Whoa. Did everybody list
No,
theirs?
Kristen hasn't.
I'm
heard.
trying to look up that game.
You're the one who's supposed to list them first.
No, she's the host of this segment, so we all
The
go
host
first.
Oh, I
Most
thought the
bitch.
host went first.
Anyways, number 3. Categories.
Okay.
Love that game so
what's,
much.
What's categories? What's
It's
that
a
one
huge
like?
die and with letters on it, and that picks the letter for like you have like I think it's 12 rounds, and you get like a category.
Okay.
Like it's a list, and one would be like girls' names, occupation, like stuff like that, and it gets harder as it goes on. But you have everything has to start with the letter you rolled
Oh,
as your
interesting.
answer. And I have that in my car. We should play that after this. And then 2,
That sounds like a pretty cool game.
I love
actually.
it. 2 would be Cards Against Humanity.
Like just that one?
Yeah.
Or?
Because some of them suck. Like, I don't really like What Do You Meme all that much.
Yeah, because
Get
the
There's
old
not a
fast.
whole lot of cards with
Yeah.
that come with it compared to
Cards Against
ridiculous
Humanity
ones.
has like a bunch of expansion packs.
Yeah.
and
But
shit.
the card game that has made me laugh the fucking most is that New Phone Who This that we played at your house.
That was pretty
That he
funny.
was texting you those random fucking
Yeah.
things.
So like you
Want
get
this?
one card is a text message from your mom or your dad or whatever, and then you got to pick how you would reply to that text.
With it's so
with
funny.
Whatever cards you have.
Like
It's pretty funny.
that game has made
Could
me
be your
laugh
cousin,
so
your
fucking
aunt,
much.
like anybody could get a hold of you. It's
Like,
just
Cards
how you
Against-
reply.
Cards Against is funny, but like there's some good ones in that fucking New Phone.
Yeah,
Who
out of
Dis.
all the ones I've played, the Who Dis or whatever it is has had the best cards.
Have you ever played Bad People with me?
No.
You know what? We're playing Bad People on this podcast one day.
Or category so people can see how smart. But that game requires like a lot of quietness. Like you write for a whole minute and you're just silent.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Well, you're like there's like 10 things you have to answer in like a minute.
So 4 people play euchre, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You could-
only 4 people. I mean, you can play it with 3 people.
We could take podcasts every once in a while, and we should play.
Brad did that last time.
No,
What does the matter with you people?
I covered my mouth, but I just was still too
I don't know.
close.
There was definitely
he
a
covered
peak
the
in
mic
there.
because he wanted to cover his mouth, and that was funny. I thought
Yeah,
it was
dude,
far
my mouth was here, and I was just like,
Dude, that was funny. But I thought it was far enough away.
That
But it
was
wasn't.
pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Fucking guy.
Sorry, y'all.
But yeah, we should take. Maybe once a month, we should pick
a game to play.
I
a
love-
game to play and play it on podcast.
Cody is
Why
not
did
agree
you
with
guys
that.
all just looked at me?
Because I
Oh,
feel like
sorry.
you're against that.
I just hadn't said it.
No, he's like he wants to do it. He would love to play euchre on the podcast, wouldn't you?
I just want to play euchre. I don't
Yeah,
care if it's on the podcast
why
or
can't we
not.
be
Why does
friends
this keep
outside of
going
this?
out? We can't.
What?
I said, why can't we be friends outside of this?
That's how I feel. Like, let's just go. Let's just like fuck the podcast. Let's just play a fucking board
Why
game.
can't we
or
have a
fucking
fire?
card game.
It's
All
been
right,
like 2
next-
years since
Yeah,
we've had a fire other
haven't
than at your
had one this
birthday.
whole summer.
Like,
We
Because
have
it's dry as shit, dude.
Yeah, it's not
let
a
it
good,
catch on fire.
not a good
bro.
time to have one. But
I mean,
I know
in
what
my
you
little
mean.
fire pit, dude. I
I would-
totally would. Fuck it. Nothing will catch on
Well,
fire.
have a fucking fire, dude.
All right, come up after podcast. We'll have fire.
I have to work, so that's pretty lame. We're trying to all be friends.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like
You guys
I
hang out
also
all the
have
time.
to
You're
work.
fucking brothers, so
Shut the hell up.
like we're all just trying to be friends here, and you're just like not accepting
Whatever, dude.
All right, we'll have to pick a Friday night, and go ahead and have fire.
it. Yeah,
While playing cards.
over the fire.
Over the fire.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Put the table right over top of the fire. It will play on top of the table.
Yeah.
We'll see how long it takes before the cards catch on fire.
That'll be our like euchre timer because euchre's supposed to go fucking fast.
All
Last
right.
one off burns to death.
That's another thing how I can tell that you guys played euchre wrong. If you play euchre right, you don't have time to give people signals to fucking what you have or anything.
Okay, I feel like we weren't playing.
Euchre should
together.
just be like boom, 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 boom.
They definitely called it euchre, but
They're dumb.
valid. Okay.
Valid. I got some questions,
Oh
guys.
shit! Yeah, let's go.
Whoop. I ask questions so you guys can get to know us. Sometimes my mind is at a block and I don't think of good questions. Today I thought that was one of those days, but
Oh no.
who knows? We'll see what happens.
What is your name? Right? Dumb question.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
What's your favorite color?
not that shitty. The first question I have is, what is your
As he
nerd
crosses
thing?
out, what's your favorite color?
What is
What is your
It's like shit. That was bad.
It's
what
not
is-
that bad of a question.
what is your nerd thing? Meaning,
video games?
what
Video
do you
games.
think?
You already know the answer to this.
Movies for sure.
Oh, true. That's right. You're right.
Suck a dick.
My bad. I forgot he's more of a movie.
I'm a video game nerd too, though.
I was gonna say like
Oh, I have a different one.
something that you think somebody else would pick on you for.
That I was in orchestra.
I'm
But, like,
I'm a
there's-
music nerd.
There's so many things that
Yeah,
people
but
are
nobody
dicks.
makes fun of somebody for being a music nerd.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves music.
I mean,
I
I
just
make
caught-
fun
I didn't even-
of certain music nerds,
It
like
wasn't
the
that
ones
loud.
that can read sheet music. I'm like, fucking faggot. I mean,
nerd.
But I can read sheet music. That's how I play violin.
friggin' nerd. You're a nerd.
You want to know what's crazy
Sheet
about
music.
sheet music though?
You're
Is
a
like
bitch.
she could give me her violin sheet music and I could just transpose it into guitar if I could read.
I have a whole book, dog. Oh,
I can't read sheet music.
Well,
though,
you
so I
say
don't-
you can play violin, but I don't think you really can.
Bro, I will
But-
bring my violin next time I come up.
Okay, I don't believe.
That's
you can
fine.
play.
I was gonna express.
You're gonna get
like,
up there and be like, "Oh, hold on, it's out of
Next
tune.
time you guys
Wait,
practice-
oh, these strings are just so old.
Next-
I can't."
Next time you guys practice, I'll come up with my little fiddle.
So how far- outside of music because I don't think nerds play music, dude.
They do.
They
Have you
do,
ever seen
band
those gent?
geeks?
Have you ever seen those gent guys?
They're not nerds, dude. They play heavy fucking metal, dude.
Yeah, I'm
They're
gonna
still
have to
nerds,
disagree
though.
with you. Like, there's definitely a lot of metalheads that are dorks.
Yeah.
dude.
What? Man, I forgot my. It wasn't a question I had written down, but it was something that I was relating to this.
We're all nerds. Like everyone's. a
Yeah, I
nerd.
was gonna throw out a few things because like
Go ahead.
video games,
Nerd.
comics,
Nerd.
wrestling,
I like comic
Nerd.
book movies, but I don't like comic
Wrestling.
books.
and like I said, you can technically. There's always somebody who's gonna talk shit or whatever, so you can technically be a nerd for anything that you like, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
If you're really into something, you're a nerd about it.
Horse girls. They're the
Nerds.
most nerdy to me.
Like
People-
girls
people-
getting fucked by horses.
Nope. That's not actually what I
That's
meant.
gross,
That's
dude.
actually not what I
It's a
meant.
weird thing to be a nerd about.
But hey, if that's you can.
Talking about like whoever
Like, you
opened
totally can.
Sheddon's. It's only funny for people who are from Gillette.
Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
so fucking funny.
That's funny.
Yes, like that. Like horse girls, not girls that want to fuck horses, but
Girls that just love riding horses and being around horses.
yeah. Like
But not.
Horses suck.
But don't
Dude,
love them.
I don't
that
like
much.
horses
Terrified.
I don't like
dude.
horses at all.
Yeah.
terrified of horses. Legit.
I-
it's a
I am
fear.
too.
I don't
They're
like horses.
huge. Anyways,
Yeah, like I don't.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Being a nerd.
I think
Or-
you drive a Ford
Oh,
Escape.
right.
Yeah, you do. I think.
Animated
He
or
didn't get
live?
What?
Animated or live? What TV show character defines you?
Bob.
Who do you think
Belcher.
you relate with the most?
Shut the hell.
Bob Belch from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, tell me why.
I was just kidding, but his monotone sarcasm is just perfect.
I mean,
Like his responses to serious life things that happen, his sarcasm is like exactly how I would respond to something like that.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so I
there's,
love
there's
him.
really only one right answer.
I feel like
And
you're
I
gonna
want to stress that it's the character behind in that 70s show. Not real
Good
life,
job.
not
I'm
real
glad you're
life
not
Danny
a racist.
Masterson
That's
because he's bad. But hide the character in that 70s show.
That's why I said TV show.
Yeah, dude, like straight up, dude.
I didn't say
That's
what
my mom, dude.
what celebrity defines you. TV show character.
Straight
For
up,
some
dude.
I
reason,
think I'm more of a Brad Pitt.
Sick, bro.
But what Brad Pitt character?
Well, no, he said what celebrity defines you.
yeah, I was.
Oh.
Answering
I was
that.
gonna say I didn't say what celebrity. I said what character because you were like, I want to specify. I mean, I did specify in the.
The fact that
question.
you had to specify is the more questioning.
What?
I'm kidding.
I feel like if you just said hide from the
That's what he said.
that 70 show, it would have been
Wouldn't say
fine.
anything.
Nobody's going to be like, he wants to be that rapist.
Sounds like he wants to go rape some people.
It's,
Yo,
like, it's
yo,
like if somebody said
okay.
Nick Cartman, and they're like,
Speaking
that
of
guy
that-
wants to be Matt Stone.
Speaking of rape, dude, so ever
Great
since
segue.
got
Ever
a
since-
story.
I've been watching the Predator movies because ever since I watched Prey, I was like, yo, Predator movies are pretty fucking boss. So I watched on Friday. I watched AVP and AVP Requiem.
I'm
And
going to
then-
go ahead and say that those are not Predator movies.
I mean, they're a crossover. Like they're there.
Dude.
And then I went.
I'm going to be a movie nerd
Requiem
about this.
sucks, but
I'm gonna
AVP
be
is pretty cool.
I'm going to be a movie nerd about this and say that those are not canon. That is not canon.
I mean, they were okay, but I watched.
I'm
the
not saying they're
2000
good or bad.
Shut up, you
I'm not
nerd.
saying they're good or bad. However you feel about them. I
Fucking
don't
nerd.
consider them to be a part of that same universe.
Okay.
No, they're probably not
I don't-
because it's just it's like having a crossover
Like
comic
if you say,
book,
it's like if you say I like, yeah, but it's DC Marvel.
not canon.
Like I don't know. It's
I mean,
just not-
everything has non-canon things,
What do you mean?
like side story, not necessarily side stories, but like just the crossovers in general.
So, anyways, you were watching
Yeah,
those.
I mean,
That's good.
I can't.
sorry, you asked the nerd question. I had to do it. they're just not. I just would never put them in the same. Like I would just put them in a different category. I wouldn't put them in a category with the fucking Aliens
Yeah.
movie either.
Yeah,
I
Because
haven't
then
watched
it's like
one.
if they're all in the same universe, you might as well go watch the Alien movies too.
You've never seen Predator
No, but I want to see
with
Prey.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, I want to see
You've
Prey.
never
but I'll
seen
just go
Predator
check.
2 with
No.
Danny Glover?
I didn't
No.
really like that.
You never
one.
saw Predators
No.
with
Yo,
Adrian
oh,
Brody?
yeah.
Or not
Okay,
yeah.
back to the
Yeah, Adrian
rape.
Brody.
Back to
Back
the
to the-
rape.
Oh
Back
yeah,
to the
raping.
rape.
That's what we were talking about.
I
rape.
watched the 2010 Predators today, and like, there's that one scene with the goddamn
Walton
fugitive,
Goggins, dude.
and he's like, "Man, I can't wait till I get home. I'm gonna eat some food, and I'm gonna find some bitches, or I'm gonna go rape some bitches."
It's like I'm gonna
And
go
he's-
rape
he-
so many fine ass
He
bitches.
looks at that other guy, and he's like, "Don't you ever do that?" And Tobey Maguire's like, "Yeah, I just wanna."
That's Tobey Maguire, Topher Grace
Yeah, that's what his name. Topher Grace, the
from
guy.
that '70s show.
Yeah, Eric from that.
Yeah,
70s.
yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get out there and rape some bitches."
See, I'd call that movie. That movie's
Yeah.
canon. I like that movie a lot.
That
That's
was a good.
really
It was a
fucking
good movie. So
I saw
and,
that one in
like,
theaters.
after I don't like when you see something, you get really involved in it. So like I watched Prey, and I was like, "Yeah, it's a badass movie." So I watched AVP, AVPR, and I watched a video on YouTube explaining like the Predator comic books and shit, and like explaining like different like cliques or clans of like all the Predators
Yeah,
and shit.
dude.
I thought that
Yeah.
shit was awesome too.
I fell in a rabbit hole of that one night.
Yeah,
Didn't
dude.
the comic books come after?
No, they were way.
I have no
I
idea.
think they were before. Maybe
I don't
not.
think so.
Maybe
I'm pretty
right
sure
after.
Predator was
They were
an original movie.
When did the first one come out?
87 maybe?
Okay, so yeah. All right. Really? 87?
Yeah,
I think so. I'll look it up.
I
There
want to
are-
see the
It's
Prey
probably
movie.
written right there.
You haven't watched it yet?
No, I
dude,
want to.
dude, it's so good, man.
Is that a year on it?
I can't see the small
But
print.
and you want to know something else that's funny? Mom and Dad use my Hulu, and I told Dad because Dad likes the Predator stuff,
Yeah, it came out in 87.
and
When did the comics come out? Go ahead.
I told Dad, I was like, "Yo, you should watch that new Predator movie. It's fucking badass." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll look it up." And Mom's like, "What's it on?" I was like, "Hulu." And I was like, "Okay." So like, I was on my binge of watching the Predator movies. I was watching Predators today. I got on there. I've never watched it on Hulu ever. I got on there and it said watch again, and like it had the full length bar thingy. Like somebody already watched it. Jerry doesn't watch that. So I was like, I think Mom and Dad watched this Predators movie and thought it was the new one.
Oh, yeah, probably. You should have told them that the new one was called Prey.
I told Mom. I just didn't text it to her. Mom forgets everything.
There you go. And they're probably not looking at the dates in the description.
All of us didn't even say what character defines us.
Yeah, I
You
did.
said
Bob. Bill.
Bob. You said Hyde. I felt like Hyde was going to come up. So I'm going to say Brian from Family Guy.
Mm.
He's a character that, because like he wants to be in the know or tries to be in the know. I like to be in the know.
Yeah.
I don't care about some of the stuff he talks about, like the political stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good character.
Cool.
Good answer. Cody.
Oh,
Well, I got
Cody?
kind of caught up in talking about the Predator thing,
Yeah.
and I didn't
When did-
think of one. And I'm sitting here trying to think of one, but I can't because I'm really fucking high.
All right.
What year did the comics come out?
Oh, I didn't find the year the comics came out, but I did find that the movie came out first.
Oh, okay. All right, what's the worst job you've ever had?
Lowe's,
Really?
absolutely.
Oh yeah, I guess.
When you factor in everything, definitely Lowe's.
Sick.
The pay is what I mean when I say when you factor in everything.
Okay.
The pay, and also just working for a corporation just feels like a big corporation like that just feels dirty to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't. It
That's
just feels
awesome.
dirty, and I
I
just
love
didn't.
how you describe it like that.
So
Dirty.
yeah, that's definitely the worst. Why? What'd you think it was gonna be?
Oh,
You're
I
like,
don't
really?
know. I don't know. Like,
I guess she's surprised that a corporation is filthy.
no. I don't know. Like, you didn't act like you hated it that much, but I don't know
What
your
do you
past
mean?
jobs. I
You
don't know.
always said it.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know his whole
Wow,
life.
you
Like, there
don't
could have
pay
been a worse
attention at
one.
all.
Whatever.
Seeing as how I've only had 3 jobs in my entire life, I'm gonna go with Oko.
Okay. Yeah, I figured you were gonna.
8
say
years
that.
of my life was wasted at that fucking place.
You enjoyed the gutters though?
Yeah, dude, I got to work outside
Yeah. What's
with
better than
with
that?
my cousin, one of my cousins that I actually liked. It was cool. We got to travel, fucked around a lot, got paid for it.
Word.
Just him and I
And hanging gutters is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like it's fairly physical work, but it's still pretty
Like
easy.
if you got a small house, like my favorite was doing the ranches where the basement is underground, so it's basically just the 2 sides of the double wide we got to do. 2 like 40-foot gutters depending on the length of the house, 40, 50 foot. Those days were so easy. Those
Such
were the
breeze.
days where like Jim would be like, "How long do you think this will take you?" And we'd be like, "Probably 7 hours." And we get there, do it in 2 hours, then just fuck around the rest of the day.
Word.
Nice.
It was great. That was fun.
In
But-
high school, I worked at a daycare, not to take care of the kids, to clean up after them
Oh.
after snack time when they go to like a different part of the building. And this one time, this older brother of the kid that's supposed to be in the daycare like would go after school to wait for the parents to pick him up. and he was like, I think he had some kind of disability, but one time he like locked himself in the bathroom for a long time and like shit and spread it everywhere, and I had to clean that up.
Ew,
Dude.
And I was so fucking mad.
That would definitely.
That's the worst job you've ever had.
Did you rub his nose in it?
No.
Slap him and say no.
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 But I was really mad, and
Spray him with the water or water.
I just
No.
like really hated that job because I hate kids, like always have. So it's just like a lot of them, and they were all really bad. And so it was just like,
Kids suck.
yeah, dude, and they're loud, like no.
I love
Yeah.
my kid.
I love my kid.
Yeah, Leo and
I
I
don't
are
like
pretty
other
great,
people's kids.
but like,
I feel like a lot of parents feel that exact same way.
Yeah, and that's, I don't know. My biggest parenting thing is how every parent has something else to blame, and won't believe that their kid's being a little dickhead.
Yeah, right.
Like if he really is, no, that wasn't my son, dude. Your son's a bad apple. Fuck out of here.
yeah, kids suck. But
I understood why parents said that about me when I was little,
you were bad,
like a teenager. Like I
little
smoked
pussy.
pot and partied. Like I get it.
Mm.
I was a bad apple. But
Not
like,
everybody knew you smoked pot and partied.
Now they do.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
now
just-
he's
I'm just-
33, so
I'm
it doesn't really matter.
I'm just saying.
They don't have,
My worst job was Oak Hill as well. Fuck that place.
word. I hear
The
a lot of
only
bad
thing-
things about it.
The only thing I like about places like that is because, like Cody said, fuck working for big corporations. That was a small town.
Yeah.
Fucking
There was
where-
only like 70 workers there.
Yeah.
But I hated the people. I shouldn't say I hated the people I worked with, because I didn't. I hated one guy I worked with, and management sucked.
I didn't like the work because it was too boring. I loved
Yeah,
being.
that was.
Like
I-
it was all micromanaged from Spain.
Yeah.
I
I like
like.
being in the hog room.
I
That's
thought
about
clipping. I thought clipping was the hog room was my favorite because I got
Yeah.
to at least walk out front,
Mine
walk
too.
back and stuff,
it. Yeah.
and I was by myself. But like clipping wasn't bad, but when we had to do it for more than 8 hours, shit sucked. Just because that was the repetitive work that was awful. The hog room, like I did the same thing every day, but I at least
got
got
to walk
do it at
around.
my pace and walk around. I wasn't standing in one spot clicking a pedal. Yeah.
I didn't hate Oak Hill. I kind of liked doing log prep. Got to run the crane, play with a grinder,
Log prep at least
You know
probably
what?
kept you busy.
play with
though.
a planer.
I
Oh,
didn't,
yeah, absolutely.
I didn't hate Oak Hill in my early years. It was my later years that I
Yeah, I
started
was only
to
there
hate
for
it.
like 8 months. It just didn't pay enough.
Yeah, that-
Dude, when I started there, I started at like 8:25.
That's
See, I
what
couldn't
I
remember if
started
it
at.
was 8:25 or 9:25.
I started
fucking
at
crazy.
8:25. I know there was a couple dudes when I worked there that were working from like a temp agency, and they were making 9:25.
I wasn't through a temp agency. I wasn't
okay.
making 8:25. But it was just out of getting out of high school that it was like you're just happy to have something.
Yeah.
You know,
You
before
get-
that I painted houses, which meant like you didn't get it until the job was done. So to just have something every single week and not be like,
Yeah.
I gotta get this done really fast just to make money, just to have like some money in my pocket. So it was like just having something every single week was like, this is great. I'm gonna get drunk all the time.
Working on second shift, that's kind of what I did.
Yeah, dude. Same.
Get-
I was on second shift too. Get out of work and fucking get hammered till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
And then you can still sleep till noon.
Oh, those were the days.
get up, get really baked before work, go in. I used to smoke in the fucking where the Challenger
Yeah.
in that room. I would smoke bowls in there during work. It was great.
Sick.
Like there was the
Oh, I smoked in the under the vats a couple of times. You just reminded me of that.
Wow, dude.
Because you can't smell anything back there. You could just walk down. Were you ever back there?
No, I no.
You could just walk in between all the vats.
Yeah.
Like, you just walked in, like in between them. And it's all catwalk up above you. So it's just really fucking dark down there.
Dude,
And that's
it's-
where one of the valve for one of the air hoses for the grinders is.
Dude, I worked there for 8 years and I've never been back there.
I was only in long prep to like plane the side of the log. I just planed all day one day.
Cool.
The planer, I was good with the planer.
The planer was dope. It was easy. You pick shit up with the thing. You just kind of push it into place, put it down,
run it through,
run it back, and then run it through again.
Pick it up and see if there's fucking any spot you missed underneath it. If there was a fucking dark spot, run it through again.
Yep.
That's what I always say.
Run it through again.
I'm just trying to be part of the conversation. I have no idea.
Oak Hill's lame as fuck.
I have no idea what you guys are talking. Sick.
If you were immortal for one day.
That's not immortal. Immortal means you live forever.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let me rephrase it. If you were not able to die for one day, what would you do?
Jump off a really high building, probably jump out of a plane, jump out of from space.
I feel like I would definitely want to jump from something.
So I got
and like superhero.
Here's another question though. If we were immortal, but do we feel the pain from what we're doing if we do something like that? Because if we feel the pain each time,
I wouldn't want to jump from. I want to jump from something. If I could feel the pain, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, see? Like,
how about you feel the pain for...
No, because that's really going to hurt.
You feel the pain for a second after you land, but then it goes away.
I'd probably just do nothing with it.
Yeah, I'd be chill.
No, I think jumping from a plane would be really sweet.
I don't... Why? You can just do that, you know?
That's a lot of it.
Yeah, but like without the parachute?
Yeah.
I mean, technically you could still do that, but I don't.
Because
why not just do it with a parachute?
I took it as you're doing things with like no fear.
Yeah.
So you can still feel pain, but like.
I didn't say in my question that you had to feel pain, so.
Oh my god. You need to be better with your questions.
Yeah, I don't like this question.
We're getting too involved in it. I want to jump off something. I don't want to kill myself.
You can jump off something without having to die, though. Like, what do you want to jump off of? I don't understand.
I want to die, Cody.
Do a lot of
jump
drugs.
With a parachute.
Do a lot of drugs.
You know, there's skydiving. You could probably find skydiving around here, dude.
Dude, do a lot of drugs, and then you can't OD. You just be fucked up all the time.
That's but then you come out. It's only a day. Then you come out of it with a drug addiction.
That's a good point. Next question. This one's stupid.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this question, Chad.
See, I told you this was an off week for me.
You need to do better.
You just did it 5 minutes before leaving. That's why you're a little late. You're like driving
every week.
On the way here, he's driving on the steering wheel.
It's like.
No, I'm not that. I couldn't do that.
Oh, you're not that.
What's the last thing that's made you really nervous?
Never get nervous.
I mean, all the fucking new jobs I got over the past couple of years.
What makes you the most nervous with a job? Like the interview or just like your first day?
I don't know. I feel like it's just I guess all of it. The interviews sucked.
Yeah,
I hated doing interviews.
I don't like doing interviews at all.
I did too many interviews over the phone, couple on fucking FaceTime.
You've done FaceTime interviews?
I did one, I think.
That's something
I don't like those. I get anxiety doing the FaceTime stuff.
Really?
It's just, I don't know. It's just weird.
I don't like looking at myself. I don't like looking at myself at all. If I could, I would have no problem with it if I could just not see me.
You can turn off your camera, like, for you to see.
Yeah, but then they can't see me.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
I want to not see me. I want them to be able to see me.
Oh. What was the question?
What's the last thing that's made you really nervous?
I don't really get nervous.
That's a lie. Everybody gets nervous.
No, I do. I'm just kidding, because I have anxiety like all the time. But Cody, I guess.
Yeah, Cody kind of took mine too. Like the interview thing was what I was gonna mention. Job interviews. I don't.
What did you ever hear from that fucking dog?
No
daycare thing.
No,
I
didn't even get. They wanted me. They sent me a form to fill out for like work tax credit. It's when companies try to see if they can get tax credits because of the amount of employees they have or some shit. But
why should you have to fill that out?
I know, right?
Like, they
I've
should fill that out.
gotten that from a couple places. But no, I got that form.
Then again, I do I just in the jobs that I get, they just hand me papers and are like, sign this.
Yeah.
So I probably have filled those out too. It just didn't really just was just like, all right, I just want the job. Just fucking give me the fucking job. I'll sign whatever.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard before shows.
I haven't heard anything back from that, which I would have really liked. It would have been cool to chill with dogs all day.
What'd you say, bro?
I feel like I'd really like a job like that.
I said I always get
like
nervous
chilling with the
before
cats.
shows.
Yeah, that would make me nervous.
I get nervous before shows. I feel like
I
I don't get nervous to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm not going out there.
No, I don't either. I just always right before we go on, I always start thinking about like is my voice gonna crack? Is it raspy right now? Like,
I mean, mine's kind of the same way with guitar. Mine is like, God, I hope I don't forget how to play this part
lyrics
or how to play this.
I'm
song.
like, I'll be like, oh shit, how does this song start?
Because like I
You
have
ever forget right until you have to right up till that
Yeah.
moment you have to say
Like,
it or
the
play
get-
it.
like,
It just comes to you.
I'll be like, there's been times where I'll look at Chad and be like, and then I'll like turn around and I'll be like, oh shit, and then I'll get to a certain part, I'll look back at him and be like I got it. But there's definitely been like times where I forgot the first verse, so I sang the second verse first, and by the time I ended that second verse, I knew the first verse, so I sang the first verse as the second verse.
Did that ruin the end of the song though? Like, did you
Nobody
kind of
noticed.
think that? Yeah, but did you kind of think that you were just starting the song from the beginning, like
No,
from like a muscle memory type?
No, because the whole time I was doing it, I'm like, remember, you switch these. Remember, you switch these.
Okay, so I have an interesting question. So you know how like when you guys play instruments, like a certain song becomes a muscle memory, right?
yeah.
Like you're not thinking about it anymore. You're just playing it.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you with lyrics sometimes, or do you really have to focus on remembering them?
Depends on the song. If I really if I really enjoy the song that we're doing, I pick it up no problem. But if I like Rebel Yell, it's simple. It's such a simple song, but I can't remember the lyric.
Every time.
It's because that's like
I just don't care to learn it.
You know,
So I feel like that's like. So I feel like that means it's kind of different then, right? Like you actually do have to put like a certain amount of effort in to remember it. Whereas like when you're playing, like after you play a song so many times, I don't know, I don't play an instrument, so I'm kind of still just asking. After you play a song so many times, you can just play it, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Because
Like,
usually
you don't have
at
to really
that
think like
usually-
okay, A, B, C, A, I don't know.
Usually
Yeah.
at that point, you kind of like the song because you've listened to it so much.
Even though Brad's mean that he thinks I can't play violin anymore because I don't, I still know like 3 songs by heart. Like I'll never forget how to play those songs.
Okay.
All right, but there's 3 songs I can
That's
play.
but that's how it is on drums for me most of the time.
You play one song
Like,
and never forget it.
I don't really think about after I learn the song and know it, I don't really think about what's next. I just do it.
Yeah, it's muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You've done it so many times, you just know to do it.
Like
Just
our-
like playing a video game. You
Yeah.
don't think about what button you're
Yeah.
pressing. You just see it on the screen. You're like, I
Yeah.
already know that's here.
Yeah. Yep.
yeah,
Freaking the new song we wrote, like
Big
that
Bang.
I really have to think about, but everything else, dude, I just fucking go.
yeah. Well, I mean, we've been playing those songs for a long time.
Yeah, and nobody's really heard them. It's crazy.
I know.
They're really good too. I'll
Well,
compliment
thank
you
you.
guys.
Thank
yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
We'll get them out there. We'll get them out there.
Let's go.
That's all the questions I had.
Sick.
Do you guys have any questions that you want to ask? I'm sorry that my list was so shitty this week.
Yeah,
I
kinda.
promise it'll be better next time.
It's a little bit shitty, yeah.
I want to give an honorable mention to the board card games thing. Do you guys remember the game Mancala with the little marbles
Oh
And
my
the
god,
wooden-
dude!
thing?
I
You
didn't
could
know
turn-
that that's what it was called.
I
but
thought
know
it was
what you're talking
aggravation.
You can totally
about. It's the
turn
same
that.
game, but it's probably got a different name.
You can-
Because Sorry's the same game too.
Aggravation's with like the 2 boards, right? Like they're wooden, and then you have marbles.
No, aggravation has the thing in the middle with the dice in it that you click it.
No, it's trouble.
Yeah, that's trouble.
Aggravation's the 2
the same thing, isn't
Really?
it?
No, aggravation's totally that marble game. Or at least that's what I've always named, called it, because I love that game.
Okay, so they're the same game then.
So Mancala's, it's close, and you open the wood, and there's little divots, and you have
to.
You gotta try to get all your marbles on the other person's
whoever
side.
has the most marbles at the end of all the marbles.
I thought you were talking about the one that you had to move the marbles in a circle and get them back into your thing. I mean, me and Krista were talking about the same thing.
But
Isn't that Chinese checkers?
No.
See, you gotta like.
Sorry is kind of the same, but
so is Trouble.
Yeah, but like this one, like a lot of people made them homemade, like they're 2 wooden boards, and like you need a 6 or a 1 to get out of your like line, and then you go around, and if you land on someone's spot, they're back, and you keep going. And you have to get all your things back in your
spot, and you got to get the exact number. Like you got to be, if you roll a 4, you have to be 4 away to get there.
Exactly. Yeah. I played.
I probably have it in the closet here. I used to play it here with my grandma all the time.
I feel like I've probably played it, but there's a lot of games I played as a kid that I don't fucking remember now.
Yeah, dude.
Like nothing. Besides like Monopoly. That's why it was one of my favorite games.
Go Fish.
Uno was. I mean, that was
there. I never really ever played Go Fish.
Did you guys ever play
elementary school?
Twister?
I mean, yeah, but like it wasn't like, let's go play Go Fish.
I am too fat for Twister.
I played when I was younger.
I played when I was younger.
I mean, I played that too, but I didn't really like Twister.
Yeah,
I wasn't a Twister
too invasive.
Guy. Yeah. Like, see, I like my personal space.
Oh, word.
That's like you were describing earlier with the reunion.
Yeah, you don't need to be
here.
I don't want
to hug you all. Like, just shake my hand.
Did you guys go to a reunion?
Yeah, Saturday was our mom's Heasley family reunion.
Oh, I thought you were talking about high school reunion.
No. I wouldn't hug anybody from there.
Yeah, neither would I.
That's why the whole conversation was weird.
I barely talked to any of them motherfuckers.
I'd probably I like fist bumping. I'm a fist bumping type of guy.
I like to just not see them, and if I do see them, I won't talk to them.
I'm just saying in general.
Simple, a nod.
Like,
not even. I like to pretend like I don't know who they are. And I really prefer if they did the same to me.
Hey, Cody, what's up?
Do I fucking know you?
Who are you? I'm going that way.
Especially because I don't remember a lot of people's names, too. That's like the worst part. Then would they say my fucking name? It's like, oh, God damn it. God damn it. Hey, you. How are you? You still doing that thing you used to do?
Hey, Skidmark Steve.
That's what you gotta do.
Still hanging out, playing Nintendo.
Cock. All right. Sorry if my questions were shitty. This has been Everybody Podcast.
You should be sorry.
I know. Go check us out on Instagram at Everybody Podcasts.
Of course, our YouTube. Check that out. Subscribe, comment,
do all that great stuff. I'm Chad. That's Brad. That's Kristen. That's Cody. See you next time.
Bye.
Peace.